Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beer Reviews. And today we're going over to a beer bought from Asda, and it's from Purity Brewing. And for me, it's the first what I would call a craft beer from Purity Brewing. So this is Session IPA. There is writing on the back, so I will read the writing. So, our Moorish unfiltered Session IPA is brimming with tropical fruit notes and aromas. Brewed with pale malt, Vienna and golden naked oats, whilst generously hopped with Simcoe, Eureka and Mosaic. We are super proud of this World Beer Award-winning IPA, so it's won a World Beer Award. But we can't take any credit for the great looking design, designed by the talented students of the Birmingham School of Art. So it's 4.5%, and it says here, pure eco, crafted with a conscience in the heart of Warwickshire countryside. This little can embodies our love of great beer with great character. Sustainably brewed to leave an even better taste in your mouth. Making a positive difference since 2005, sustainable approach to brewing since day one. We endeavour to reduce, reuse and recycle beer where best we can. Our unique wetland saves water and promotes wildlife diversity. So I love the eco side of that. Being a gardener who is always about saving money. Watering as little as I can. When I mow, when I pick the leaves up, everything is composted, but composted in a way to stop weeds coming through. So to stop the use of weed killer where I can, to conserve moisture in the ground, and you know, it's all part of that really. So I absolutely understand that. Purity Brewing Company, Upper Smyrnal Farm off Smyrnal Lane, Warwickshire, B49 6JF, UK. So, an interesting thing for this, I went over to the good fellow George, and if I'm talking directly to Purity, my mate Andy from the Happy Drinkers, who we go drinking with every single weekend, collaboration of, you know, fans of beer really. 6 predominant members, but sometimes it rolls up to maybe 15 when we're all together. In fact, sometimes even more than 15 when the whole crew's together. So, lovely tropical nose on this. I can smell it already. As you can see, an orangey looking pour, golden orange looking pour with about an inch of white head. Never been the best pour in the world. So yeah, last weekend we went over to the Canning Circus area of Nottingham, and on the bar were 3 cask lines of Purity, and I didn't know this. This is before my time as a beer drinker, that Purity used to have a bar in Nottingham, in the Broadmarsh sort of area of Nottingham. Sadly, it's closed. I assume maybe it was down to COVID or the decline of Nottingham City Centre, one of the two, because it has declined nonetheless. But it was lovely to be able to drink. That day, I can't remember all 3 lines, but I remember 2 of them because I drank them. So I drank Jimbo and I drank Mad Goose. Mad Goose I've had many times before. Jimbo was a bitter, I think. There was Mad Goose and there was another one that I can't remember the name of, but it was in the good fellow George. So, you know, it was nice to be able to drink a modern traditional brewery that I've, you know, over the years drank many beers from. Maybe the same beers, but you know, many beers, and nice just to be able to try their beers and enjoy them. So anyway, here we are. Session IPA, Purity Session IPA. I assume that's the name of the beer. And And there we go, that's the colour. Good bit of carbonation going off. It's a hazy beer, as you can tell. So, always interesting when a brewery that you class as modern traditional goes into craft. Obviously into a can. Big and flavourful on the aroma. Big tropical aroma on this. Big tropical taste as well, yeah, good tropical taste. Hoppy, tropical, very tropical. Not too strong. Oh. Like I say, got it from Asda as part of an Asda beer haul. And I think Asda, if I remember rightly, still have the modern traditional beers that Purity sell as well. So that's good to see. These days, it's getting tougher and tougher for breweries to get their beers into supermarkets. The beer aisle seems to shrink all the time. The real ale / decent beer seems to be shrinking all the time. Which is really strange because you have a lot of lines in supermarkets that sell so little, and yet the beer lines sell very, it's a lot more vigorous, the beer selling lines. And I mean, my days at working in supermarkets, 5 years in Sainsbury's, and it's like, why have we not got another aisle? Because we could sell another aisle of beer. I could literally easily look after another aisle. Certainly a lot more real ales, but obviously that's down to the good people who run supermarkets with no vision, shall we say. It is what it is on that side of things. There's not much I can do about that. But here we go. Ooh. So yeah, Session IPA lives up to its name. It's very sessionable, tropical, easy drinking, good on the palate, nice flavour, not too, it's an IPA that will tick boxes with, most drinkers. Always interesting for me when a brewery from what I consider at least, a modern traditional background, dives into that world of, say, craft beers. And where the public perception is. I mean, locally in Nottingham, we have breweries that have gone down the, shall we say, craft beer route, and to be honest, since COVID, it's been tough because literally all of them have struggled. They've not. There's been no explosion, shall we say, of craft beer for any of those breweries. I won't name names, but yeah, one might be blue, one might be green, one might be in Newark. So yeah, that's just 3 of them, and then other breweries, one might be a rock. And yeah, all of them breweries kind of reverting back to their modern traditional roots simply because they are not perceived as a craft beer brewery by the public. I mean, I, as a beer drinker, don't consider these people as craft brewers. They may make the odd, shall we say, crafty beer, but by no means are they considered craft beer brewers. So and you can take this, equation around the country, at breweries around the country. Some have done well, some have rebranded, and locally to Derby, there was a brewery called Little Over Brewery, and a predominantly modern traditional brewery. They actually changed their whole branding and called themselves Little Brewing, and everything they now do is in cans, and it's can design that looks craft, and they've transitioned amazingly, and now they've got a fantastic head brewer with years of experience working there to make sure that the beer is tip top. So I mean, it may have been great before, but it's now, you know, being brewed at possibly the best it can be brewed by somebody who's at the top of his game. So yeah, that's interesting. But anyway, so pour the rest in. So as you can see, it's quite a lively beer, really. Session IPA, Purity. Here we go. Hazy, golden orangey pour, whitehead. Hoppy, tropical aromas, citrusy tropical aromas coming off. And like I say, just watched the cracking England match. So, I mean, good Vettel tonight. Sunday tomorrow, so shopping, inevitably. Unless the wife does the shopping, I can stay at home and, you know, clean up. I'd rather clean up than go shopping, because shopping's an absolute ball ache, if I'm being royally honest. But, so great beer, real character. That's what it says. So there we go. ABV was 4.5. Yeah, you wouldn't think it was anything more than that. Very sessionable, easy drinking, tropical beer. Oh gosh, it's been a long day. Been up since 5 this morning. The body clock, because I get up at 5 every morning. The body clock just wakes me up at 5. And you know, the only good thing about the winter months is that possibly I'll wake up a bit later, because I can't generally start work till 7. So, but at this time of the year, I mean, I literally could start work at the second it's light, which is like just after 4 in the morning, which is closing in all the time now, because the longest day of the year has already been, which is June the 21st, and literally after June the 21st, it all closes in at both ends of the day. So, is what it is on that side of things. So something very different for the channel. Session IPA from Purity. It's nice, it's easy drinking, tropical. Would I drink it again? Possibly not a beer that I'd go over again, you know. And it's not for the fact that it's a bad beer, don't get me wrong. It's just a beer, once I've done it once, and I'd move on to something else. I'd probably go back to Mad Goose, to be fair, because I love Mad Goose. It is what it is. We all have our own, what we like in beer. Out of 5, for me, a good 4.3 out of 5 for me. So it's a lovely session IPA. But hopefully we'll make it stay in Asda as one of their craft beers. It's interesting with Asda because, you know, with any supermarket, you never really know who's pushing the buttons. But in any case, a good beer. And Purity Brewing from Warwickshire. And that is my review. I'm going to go up the house, I'm going to chill out on the settee, try not to fall asleep too early. And yeah, maybe get some food. Thank you for watching. See you soon.